Hi guys, this is Riina from Silentium. We are an amazing melodic gothic metal band from Finland. Check us out. And this is the Brutally Delicious podcast with Chris Seegers and Bruce Moore, who are both frickin' stand-up guys.
Hi, I'm Chris.
Oh, fuck. You went first this time. Welcome to the Brutally Delicious podcast. I'm still Bruce, and I'm still number one, no matter if he jumped in front of me or not.
And you're listening to the Brutally Delicious podcast.
Yeah. We're fucked up.
Brutally Delicious.
You like that intro, right? Those guys are great.
Yeah.
They're a band, real quickly, they're a band called Pit Lord out of, I don't know, somewhere in the Midwest. And they're really amazing. You got to look them up one day. They're really amazing musicians.
Okay.
What's that?
What's what?
Oh, there's a big hub. Yeah, they're really amazing musicians, but every song they write is death metal songs about barbecuing and grilling.
Oh.
Really, really great stuff.
So here's a question I have, because I can't get an answer. In the U.S., is it barbecuing or is it grilling?
I think they're interchangeable.
Okay.
That's the way I'm going with it.
I like it. Because I remember when we first moved down here, our real estate agent, I said, oh man, I want to have a place where I can barbecue. And he's like, what? And I was like, he's like, do you mean grill? Yeah. Oh, I love grilling. And I was like,
nah, I think they're interchangeable to me.
Okay. Well, now I know.
All right. Well, cool. So if you want to hang on, let's go ahead and get, oh, we didn't introduce the band, did we?
No, we didn't know, but we don't even have to pronounce their name.
I'm going with Silentium because it's kind of the ethnic approach, and I seem like I'm educated. So today we're going to be speaking with the dark gothic Finnish band Silentium, and you can mispronounce it all you want. That's what I'm going with. And we're going to be speaking with Rinkka. She's the vocalist.
Okay, let's get her on.
So let's get her on and see what happens.
So is it Silentium or Silentium?
I'm going Silentium. Don't fuck with it. And don't make us look bad.
What? When would I ever do that?
I don't know. I've been asking questions about taints and tattooing members today. It all started off pretty bad. So
yeah.
Hello.
Oh,
there we go.
Hello there.
Hey, Rinkka, how are you? Riina.
I'm good. How are you guys?
I'm great. I'm Bruce. That's my partner, Chris.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Hi, Chris. Nice to meet you too.
So you got to solve an argument for us. Is it Silentium?
Yes.
See? No! I knew what I was talking about.
What was the other option?
Oh, you don't even want to know. It wasn't even close to what he was thinking.
It was Silentium.
I do want to know.
Silentium.
No, that's I
was going phonetic.
Yeah, but that's a whole Canadian thing. No.
Oh, I get it. But that's really close to how a Finnish person would say it. It would be Silentium if a Finnish person said it. So, I guess you were kind of more authentic or Nordic.
Hey.
Sort of a tie,
I have the edit button. Be careful what we say here.
You feel free to just
everybody to be happy.
You know what makes me happy is when you cut down Bruce. So
amazing.
I just realized that I'm wearing a mask and sunglasses in my profile picture.
Yeah, I do. I bet it's for all our protection, right?
What's it like over there in Finland at the moment?
With the corona stuff?
Yeah.
Just fine, basically. Like, because we went into like full lockdown. This is a small country, obviously, like much more easy to control like the things. So we have very, very few infections even. And I don't think there's been a death in like a week or something already. So basically we're like almost back to normal. Obviously the restaurants and so on, they have like limited seating and so on, but all in all, much better than the US. And we're like next to the Swedes, obviously, who've like completely messed this thing up. Like,
yeah.
So they are now like throwing these temper tantrums that they are being like blocked out of everything and isolated. Nobody wants them anywhere. And like, the cruise ships that go between Finland and Sweden are like a huge thing. And there was just an article today saying that one of the biggest, what's the word for the ship companies or whatever, like, that they just won't even sell tickets to the Swedes to come to Turku. So
wow.
Nice going, neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how Canada feels about the US right now. They won't even open the border.
I bet, but it's like, the whole like Trump, and then what was your prime minister's name? I can't remember. Exactly, who's like this amazing dude, and then there's the orange idiots, like
yes, the orange guy. Yep, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I have to stay out of politics.
Okay,
yeah, but
I should too, probably.
I'm on a visa in the U.S. I have to be well behaved.
Oh yeah, true. No, but that's actually a smart move because there's this Finnish reporter called, I think she's Pipsa Aro, if I'm not mistaken, but she was actually awarded this American award for her like work in journalism that was then recanted because they looked at her like social media accounts and she was critical of Trump. So they were just like, fuck you, you won't get the award then. So careful, kids.
I'm very careful.
So let's not talk about politics. Let's go. That was my fault. But let's go. I got a quick question before we talk about Silentium. Why do you think it is that that Finland produces so many great metal bands? What is it about the water or the soil over there that's different from everywhere else?
I think it's the dark and just like how Finns are as a nation, like sort of introverted and I don't want to say closed-minded because that's not fair and it's not really true, but just like these, that you're supposed to make it on your own, like sometimes, and this is like, I'm like characterizing here, like just really exaggerating to make a point.
Sure.
But, that just like asking for help is considered, well, it's a tough thing to do, even for me, saying that, hey, I don't think I can make it on my own anymore. Please, somebody come hold my hand. It's right. Hard for a Finn to do. So this is like obviously a very, very good brewing pot for like, all the dark elements that go into metal music, if that makes any sense. Like, yeah. What the hell just happened? Oh, no, my computer is just going a little crazy. But yeah, and then just the dark and just like, how this country is, there's the long winter when there's sort of little to do. Like outdoors, you can of course go skiing and blah, 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 do all that sort of thing. But like right. All in all, I think people kind of tend to keep to themselves and live a slower life. So that also leaves room for the like creative process and just, diving into that whole darkness of the soul.
Whenever we talk to people from Finland, they always say it's dark there. Why is
now.
Why is it dark?
Because we're in the Nordics, so obviously, like, in the summertime we have shitloads of light, but then for 8 months there's very little. Like, that we have the nightless night of the midsummer, that the sun doesn't actually set at all.
Oh, wow.
So it's like, yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, definitely come on over and
I didn't realize Finland was that far north. That's why.
Yeah, we're really.
Dude, where did you think Finland was, dude? I'm curious. By Mexico?
No. I know where it is, but I never thought of it as being that far north.
Yeah, we sort of like, that we after midsummer we start losing daylight. Every evening it's a few minutes less. Yeah. And then when we're up to like November and December, it's already like you only have like a few hours of daylight if you're lucky, obviously, because it can be cloudy and shit. So basically when you go to work it's dark, then you sit in an office somewhere or do whatever you do, and then when you leave the office it's dark again and you've missed all the daylight hours, and it really does get to you, I won't lie. I had this American girl live with me for 3 years, and like the first winter she was like, I don't know what you guys are bitching about, this is not a problem. And then the next one she was like, yeah, okay, I sort of get it. And the third winter, she went back home to California. So.
Nice. All right, so let's talk about the band.
Wait
Cool.
1 second. I'm getting some radio interference or something.
I hear it. Maybe it's the Russians.
Sounds like a voicemail.
Yeah, who's leaving a voicemail?
I'm not sure. I heard it too. Some weird.
Setting
It's
up.
so weird.
Bruce, is your phone on?
My phone is actually off today, believe it or not. That was somebody sending a phone with Comcast, and I know it's not in Finland. So that would leave you probably.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Silentium. What have you guys been doing? Anything different to interact with your fans during all of this nonsense?
We actually did this comedy video sort of thing because our label requested it, like this Corona Diaries things. I actually wrote it, and it's my horrible humor, and it's completely like non-PC, so you can check that out. Like, I'm the one who's like responsible for all our social media and so on. So if there's commenting, it's me answering and posting and so on. But no, we haven't done anything outside that, I guess, outside that video.
How did were you continuing to write? Were you able to get together to write, or were you emailing stuff back and forth, or did you just press pause for the moment?
Yeah, no, I haven't seen the guys in like, I don't know, 6 months even.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's obviously, like, because we all live around Finland in different cities, so we're not even like geographically close to each other. So when we have band practice, we always reserve a weekend for it, and then the practice is like 8 to 10 hours. We have an hour's lunch break at some point, go to this restaurant that we always go to, but other than that, we just play and play and play and play. But even our creative process often happens like remotely, that people just do their bits where they are. And like now we're actually working on new songs already because, we've been working on this upcoming album for quite a while now. So for us, it's, if not old news, but we're like ready to start creating other stuff as well. So now we've like taken this Corona opportunity to sort of try out different ways of creating. Whereas often we've done our songs in a way that I do like a top liner session. That's either Sami or Juha have written like a bass for a song, and then I get it, and then I write the lyrics and make the melodies and so on. And now we've sort of tried different things where I've actually like just sent my melody ideas to Sami, for instance, and just given a vague ballpark of what I would like to happen as the bass. And then he's coming back to me with like, how about this? How about we do it like that? And it's pretty cool.
Excellent.
It's very cool to keep your creative juices changing, all the time.
Absolutely.
And put yourself in uncomfortable situations to try and figure out if you can make it kind of work in a way.
Chris, you are so incredibly right, because like I am like this. An ex of mine once said, like, you're a creative machine. And I thought that was like, the nicest things anybody's ever said to me. Although it was all the guy, well, what am I next to you? Okay, that relationship is obviously over. But anywho, but I am responsible for our like videos and so on. And I've definitely put myself into a very, very out of comfort zone kind of situation, because we are not a huge band, which you obviously know. So like our budgets to do things are often like concise to peanuts and stuff like that. So like I haven't finished the last video, but it's like a storyline video, like leaning towards horror and so on. And like just trying to make stuff like that happen when, you don't have tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of euros to use into that is definitely putting yourself out of your comfort zone. So like I've written that one. I've sort of written all the previous ones, obviously not the lyric video that just plays with the graphics of the new album, but like the video for Empty was my concept, and the one that we did that was released end of May was also my stuff. And now this is like my biggest, craziest, most ambitious video project yet. And, sort of like just have this pendulum movement between like, God damn it, this is going to be the coolest thing ever, and to like, what the fuck is wrong with me? What do I think I can pull this thing off? Can we just cancel everything?
That seems to be the creative way. Like you're like, when you're making it, you're like, this is the best thing ever. And then you wake up in the morning and you're like, I am such a fucking idiot. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. We still have to, like, we missed a couple of like really essential shots because of the story. Like if we don't have those shots, the story makes zero sense. So we have to go back this Thursday. I thought we finished Sunday, but we didn't. So, one more day, and then maybe I can breathe easier.
Nice.
Awesome. When you're writing music, are you, is there like a message or a takeaway you want your fans to get after listening to a Silentium song, record, or leaving a show?
Oh, that is a vast question. Yes, obviously, if you're leaving my show or our show, I really, really want you to like feel touched, like move, like that you spent that hour and a half, or 2 hours well. That you can be like, fuck yeah, that was worth it. That was worth my time. That was worth my money. And clearly, obviously, we want people to think that about our albums, but also like when I write lyrics now that Matti has left the band, who was previously like the person who wrote all the lyrics. But my songs are like really personal, like really try to paint a picture, tell a story kind of stuff. And definitely there's a message. There's a message of like face your emotions, face your experiences and your like challenges and your traumas. And that's kind of like it. Like, that there's other people who feel as deeply as you do, and there's no shame in it, and it's actually a strength. And that's something I would like people to take away, at least from my lyrics, and definitely from the music as well.
Awesome. Chris?
I don't have anything else, but I'm really enjoying the conversation, so I don't want it to stop.
No,
it's been 14 minutes, dude.
Okay, where can people go and find you?
Our like most active places are Facebook and Instagram. We do have a website, but that's also my responsibility, and I haven't done shit to it in like a year.
In like a year, that's nice.
I love the brutal honesty.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna get from me. Definitely. Worst overshare ever. So feel free to ask anything. You will get an answer.
All right, so really, we can ask anything?
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead.
God.
You just opened up a can of worms here. I've got a few more minutes, so this is not Silentium related at all. But
all right, bring it.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No, it isn't.
Okay, so I'm going to disagree with you, but why do you say so?
Is a burger a sandwich?
It has to be, right? Because what's the definition of a sandwich?
Tell me.
Something between two pieces of bread, right?
That's it. I'm Googling this question. We're going to settle it once and for all. Sandwich.
So by definition, that it has to be a sandwich.
I have the perfect answer, because like in Finnish, a sandwich is actually called a butter bread. So
really?
A butter bread, yes. So a hot dog does not have butter in it, thus it cannot be a butter bread, a sandwich.
All right, so then the more pressing question is cereal a soup?
I would say, I looked at them, this is from your outlandish stuff.
Yes.
I read all
Yeah.
And I pondered this for like 20 minutes. I was like, pros and cons, maybe yes, maybe. I would say, at first I said no, because it's cold. But like, again, as a Finnish person, we have this soup called summer soup, which is basically just potatoes and vegetables in milk. So if milk can consist of broth, so to speak, so then cereal could be a soup. Right.
I 100% agree.
Okay. I got the definition of a sandwich from the dictionary. An item of food consisting of two pieces of bread with meat, cheese, or other filling between them, eaten as a light meal.
Okay, this would suggest that in America or in Finland it is a sandwich, but in Finland it's not, and this is what culture.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. The key at the end is eaten as a light meal. Now, is a hot dog or a hamburger a light meal? That's really the pressing question we have to ask ourselves.
No, the pressing question is, or not even the question, the statement is, I was right. It's a sandwich.
Also, it's like because if you have a slider, then that would be a light meal, right?
Like a mini sandwich. Yeah, it's like an appetizer.
Right.
Okay.
So that could constitute a light meal. But I love how you're like clinging on to semantics, Chris. You're my kind of guy.
Hey, wait a second. Don't forget who's got the dump button here.
Hey. Bruce, you know why I don't talk a lot? Because Bruce he edits me out anyways. He brings me on, and then at the end he's like, man, why do you have to swear so much? And then I get cut out, and it's just terrible. But, okay.
I've read an article that says it's a sign of intelligence. That intelligent people actually swear more than dumbos do. So,
perfect.
High five, Chris.
Thanks. So we if a hamburger is not a sandwich, then how can you have a chicken sandwich?
That's a good question.
So,
see, now we're back to me being right.
Well, I never said you were wrong. I was just saying, according to the dictionary.
Chicken is a leaner meat than like burger meat or a hot dog. So, it is a lighter meal.
What the hell is happening on this podcast right now? Is this really what it is? We really have become Howard Stern meets Seinfeld.
You have no idea the crap. You have no idea the crap we've been talking about all day with people. It's been we've been all over the map.
Oh my God!
That's amazing. I wish I could hear all of them right now.
I don't know if you want to hear the first one. I'm
going to give you the first one, and then we have to go because we're backed up here. But since you're pretty wide open and you don't matter, it doesn't.
She does matter.
She does matter, right? It doesn't matter. You're not going to be offended, is what I'm saying, because you're pretty open.
No, not at all.
So we were talking to a tattoo artist earlier today. And somehow he got into talking about some guy who wanted everything in his bikini area tattooed, which is fine, whatever you're into. And so he got into explaining that when you're tattooing the
Johnson rod,
the member, whatever you want to call it, the schlong, whatever you want to call it. Well, yeah. When you get into doing that, you can't do it when it's normal size. You have to actually do it full size or it won't work.
Right.
So you got like choices of prescriptions or pumps, or he told us a whole new story about taking a can of pop. I don't know, you call it soda, pop, whatever you call it there. And Chris, finish this out. He like stretches
it over the can and then tattoos it. And he has to keep pulling it to keep it tight.
First of all, who has the girth of a soda can? I want to know.
Well, how you doing?
Isn't it gonna look fucking weird when it just like?
How you doing?
Retract.
Who would do that? Who would do that? And then he also tattooed the in between part of the legs, like. Oh my God!
That is crazy.
So this is the kind of stuff that happens on our show.
That's amazing. I probably won't get over it because I'm thinking like, how is that even? How is it? How huge was that guy's
See, now you just get. Now I'm looking at it from a whole different perspective. I wasn't even going there. Wow.
Well, this is like, as we are in the subject of penises, this is something that has always like completely blown my mind.
Well, there we go.
Is how men compare the penis size of their friends. They're like, that guy has a major, like, huge dick or whatever. And I always ask them, like, what was the situation that you saw your friends' penises erect?
Yes, exactly. Why were you measuring them against each other? Right.
Right. It's like, I was thinking that we go to the sauna, like, everybody's naked, like, the nudity is fine and normal. And, it's obvious that people see each other's dicks. But when do you see them, like, ready to ride? Because you can't tell shit.
I think Chris is gonna stroke out.
Do you want to co-host our show?
I would love to. Let's do it.
Oh my God, you're great.
I'm regretting now saying, well, I don't have anything else, but I want to keep the conversation going.
That was pretty awesome.
We can just do this again tomorrow, guys.
Oh
Pretty
my
awesome.
God.
So we have had guest hosts on this. We may try and take you up on it. Maybe we could set that up.
Yeah.
Because I think we'd be off the chain with that.
Yeah, I would get kicked off the show, though. That's the problem.
You're right. Riina would take your place in a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, you're coming down on Chris Farr.
He always
Riina,
does.
I just sent you an email, Riina, with the next set of dates.
Perfect. This is why we need feminism, Chris.
Yes.
Equality.
Yeah.
Like,
That's it.
Stop it with the sausage show. And
Jesus.
The sausage show. Well,
Oh my
I'm
God.
glad we spent so much time talking about your band, but
I was left out.
oh yeah, that's what we were doing.
What?
Anyway. I don't even know where to go with this from here.
Good. This is good.
Oh my God.
Before
Before we go, I got this one thing going on.
I can't even think.
So I was listening to a radio show. I was listening to a morning show today, and the topic was strangest place you've ever had a tick bite.
Oh, I got it.
And how did you get rid of it? And I was just like,
go ahead.
oh God, no.
I play a lot of disc golf. I don't know if you know what that is over in Finland, but it's pretty big over here.
Frisbee golf.
And yeah, frisbee golf. So one day we were out and went in the woods, and it was a good disc, and I didn't want to lose it, so I decided to go get it. Well, it was a tick-infested bush, and I didn't realize it. And I got home and had a few on me, picked them all off, and took a shower, and everything was good. And then, like, the middle of the night, like, what the fuck is bothering me? My ass cheek. Like, right in my ass crack. So I start, like, scratching around, and then all of a sudden, like, what the hell is that? So I asked my wife, I'm like, hey, check this out. And she's like, you got a goddamn tick, like, buried in your ass crack. So then the next morning I went to the doctor, and he's like, what are you here for? Let me show you. I got this fucking tick, like, completely, like, buried inside my ass crack. It was great.
Oh my God. That.
Now I got you. Oh, yeah.
You?
They got it right out, but boy, that was pretty embarrassing. I'm like, hey, check this out.
Yeah, they're like, how did you get a tick there?
But at the same time, he was also noticing my girth, so it was kind of a
He's like, he was probably thinking to himself, well, that's a strange place for a tattoo.
I have this technique.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I have a Sorry, I'm slow.
Yeah, reference joke.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
You were fantastic, Riina.
Oh, God.
Ever wonder what a punch from Elton John feels like?
Or how you'd cope with having turned down the chance to be in Nirvana?
Or what signal Keith Richards gives when he wants you to get the hell out of his hotel room?
Fans of Too Much Effing Perspective don't have to wonder, because they've heard these exact stories and a jillion others on our podcast. I'm Alex Hoffman, former tour manager for Radiohead.
And I'm musician and comedy writer Alan Keller. On the TMEP show, we get guests like Nancy Wilson from Heart, Jeremiah Freites from the Lumineers, and Modern Family's Julie Bowen to tell us things they may have only shared with their therapist, clergy, or a TMZ stringer.
So join us on Too Much Effing Perspective. That's EFFING Perspective. The only podcast you crank up to 11.